set comes with a trigger warning. There's an excess amount of disembodied rabbit ears. And yes, I do originally hail from the United States, but I insist on saying US because America is a continent, or actually two, North America, South America, and Central America, and all the countries that make up the Americas. So I think it's arrogant for one country to take the name that all have a right to. Ain't nobody got time for that! So I am, thank you very much, a United Statesian. And also, thank you very much, now a New Zealand citizen. And, you put the two together and you have a New Statesian or a United Zealand. Aotearoa, land of the long white cloud. America, land of the long white con. I left the United States, New York City, at the turn of the last millennium, and spent about 5 years and arrived on these shores in 2005 by way of a few countries, including India. I spent some time in an ashram in India, as you do. It was a kind of ashram where you have to take an HIV test to get inside, and once inside I realized why, as I watched as two people melted into this embrace that lasted so long. I went to a class, came back, and they were still standing there in their snail sex. You know what I mean? Two bodies like tongues. So this other strange guy walked up to me. At that moment, he must have been watching my face take all this in, and he said, "You are a comedian." So that's why I'm here. Because after 20 years of seriously teaching yoga and feeling more like a cross between a nana and a dominatrix, alternating between holding my students' hands and holding the whip, I'm ready to put all hands on deck. Sorry, that's my Kiwi accent slipping in there. Deck, all hands on deck. How many deck? Let me check my little notes. Let's see where we are. Yeah, I do actually love, what I do love about spiritual circles is all the authenticity and the conscious languaging. So I really appreciate that you reached out, and if you want to feel into what resonates, maybe you could figure out how to process or unpack what's arising for you right now. But if not, we can circle back around to it, and you could process it later. Process what's unfolding, process, like aside from sounding like a computer, it's a privilege. Half the world's just trying to get enough food in a day to have a shit. They ain't got time to process shit. Ain't got time for that. So, yeah. My shit's plant-based. Plant-based, don't you love that? That was never a thing, and now it's so de rigueur that even Tip Top is trumpeting its new plant-based frozen dessert. I've been a vegetarian my whole life, and I can tell you there was not a lot on the menu growing up, and there certainly was not a lot of encouragement either. It seemed like most of the time when I would say I was vegetarian, the person would launch right into detailing how to cook their favorite dead animal. So the only place I was in the majority was in India, where they ask you veg or non-veg. Non-veg. The non-veg, non-plant-based is the minority. So minor, in fact, it's a derivative of veg, a negative of veg, which sounds disconcertingly like vag. Not that I have a problem with vages, VJs, vaginas. I just don't want to eat them. Or do I? But either way, they're fundamental. It's just that sex is funny. You know, it's our bits in and of themselves are not attractive. It's how they make us feel that attracts us, right? So, if we were to take a cold, hard stare at our bits, we would look like a cross between a plant and an animal. And The bits are just plain ridiculous. You notice what's in the middle of that word? Ridiculous. Dick. From a celestial point of view, sex is hysterical. Let all bang away to get somewhere. Alright, so let me use some of these hard-earned yoga skills to do a little experiment with you. Please, if you would, close your eyes. Close down your eyes. There's another languaging I can't stand. Close down your eyes. You can't close your eyes up or sideways unless you're a lizard, which you might be. They say the lizard portal is